guys, salutations. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about something that I hear very often, both in the comments and in real life, regarding mental illness. And that would be that we have superpowers. We're not just mentally ill, we have superpowers. I think the earliest I heard people talking like that was at my mother's funeral. After she killed herself, people were talking about, you know, she has powers. I saw her in this town, and then she was here, and then she was there. They thought she could teleport, essentially, and they thought that she could talk to spirits. And because everybody was that ignorant about it, she never ended up getting the help that she needed, so she died. I hear it too. I hear people in the comments saying like, oh, you're like a shaman, you were chosen. You know, those hallucinations are something holy and sacred and it means something. No, it doesn't. Now, I used to think that I had powers. Before I was diagnosed schizophrenic, I thought I had powers. You know, I'm talking to aliens, seeing things that nobody else can see. I thought that was just my superpower and nobody else could see what I saw, because they don't have superpowers. I have superpowers. Even now, some of my symptoms, I like to call them superpowers. In terms of my superpowers, here's what I see, what I have to deal with. One of them is auras. Every time I look at somebody, they have an aura of some kind. Some are blue, some are yellow, some are purple. The purple ones are the most rare, but then I see lots of blue and yellow around people, and it's just like everybody glows. When I look at people, they all glow. They all glow some kind of aura, and I'm not exactly sure the science behind auras, but I see them. Another thing is the radio in my brain. I know I made a video about it, how there's always music playing. It's fine until you need to do something, like concentrate on something, then you can't, because they're blasting Queen. It feels like it's coming from somewhere. It doesn't feel like it's in your head. I also, not as much anymore, but I would see shadow people, and they were like these dark dementors. Speaking of dementors, my older brother, he was seeing dementors and the shadow people and stuff, and they told him to pray. And he prayed, didn't do anything, but that's what they thought. They took him to a pastor, like my family, this is in Africa, my family, they took him to a pastor and had the pastor pray over him, and he'd like put his hand on top of his head and just pray for him that the mentors would go away. It didn't work. They went away. Like, he doesn't see them anymore. It went away on its own. Another thing I see is patterns everywhere. Some of them look like mandalas, almost, and like kaleidoscope type of thing. I'm not sure I call that a superpower though. That's just like basic hallucinations. But for instance, the fact that I talk to aliens, I'm coming to terms with the fact that it's not me actually talking to aliens. It's just me. You guys helped me figure that out, so thank you. Another thing is creativity. It comes with mental illness, at least with like bipolar, which I have. I don't know if you call that a superpower, but it is an advantage. It's probably like the only good thing that can come out of mental illness. But again, it's not a superpower, it's just a symptom of your illness. A lot of people just don't understand, or they're ignorant. I'm not some sort of shaman, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people have schizophrenia, a lot of people have bipolar disorder. For the longest time, I believed that was special. See, now they're here. The aliens are here because I'm talking about them. They always come when I talk about them. They're asking me what I'm doing. They don't like it when I say what they're saying, so I'm just gonna, you know, I don't wanna open up that can of worms. They'll make me miserable. They'll make me miserable. If you do have superpowers, or you think you have superpowers and you're schizophrenic, you probably don't, honestly. It's just the way our brains are designed, us people with mental illness, that a lot of people don't understand. You know, they think of it in a mystical, magical, spiritual way. It's not a spiritual thing, mental illness. It's just a disease in your brain. It's not romantic, it's not glorious, and it's not supernatural, even though Sometimes I hear the voice of dead people. I hear the voice of my mom, even though she's dead. And it'd be easy to experience that and think that you have superpowers. But if you think you have superpowers, talk to your doctor, because I did, and that really made a huge difference. It changed my whole line of thinking about that stuff. That it could just be a hallucination. My mind is making this stuff up. But that's not what a superpower is. Superpowers are like, I don't know, Superman. I don't have superpowers, you don't have superpowers, nobody has superpowers. Superpowers aren't real. It just feels that way because you're deluded into thinking so. I say all this, but still, I'm still seeing things. Like, I'm still seeing auras, and I have to tell myself, nope, it's not real, it doesn't mean anything. I don't know much about auras, but like sometimes I'll see somebody with a purple aura and then try and get to know them, and just because they have a purple aura, and I like the purple aura is like the rarest one. So if you have one, well, you might not have one. If I see you with one, I'll probably want to get to know you better, because purple is the rarest aura. Yellow is like the basic one, and then blue is above that, and then purple is like very rare. I honestly think that thinking these kinds of things, that they're just a spiritual thing and you're a shaman, I think that's actually very dangerous, because you could be telling somebody who does suffer from mental illness that no, they don't need help. They're in a good place. They're beyond a good place. They're above average. They have powers, and they can do this and that. It can only get worse from that, you know. You think that you have powers when you don't, because nobody really has superpowers. But it feels like it. It feels like I have these superpowers. You don't want to encourage that, because that's not what somebody who has schizophrenia needs to hear. That could make them make bad decisions going forward, thinking that they have powers. So if you think you have powers, talk to your doctor about it, because you don't want to end up like my mom. She didn't get any help, and then she died. Reach out and tell somebody, you know. If not your doctor, then at least people close to you. Because you don't want to have that mindset. It might make you do really crazy stuff, thinking that you have powers, or it adds to like this delusion that's already there. So yeah, don't do that. And if you see somebody doing really cool stuff with their brain, don't tell them they have superpowers. And that's my take on that. I really want to start posting more videos more often. I know it's been like a month since my last upload. I'm really sorry. Maybe one day I can work on getting like a video out every week, you know, on a certain day, if I treat this like a job. I know I haven't posted in a while, but I have an excuse. I was in the hospital, you know, for the longest time because of my hallucinations. And I was there for a while, and then they moved me into like this house called Safe Journey, this program. It's like a 10-day program, and you live there with other people that are like me. And you know, I stayed there for a while. So I just got home. I got home like yesterday. That's where I've been. You know, I wasn't just forgetting about you guys. It's just, I just hope I don't have to go back soon. My hallucinations have been really bad lately. Just seeing things, especially auras. Sometimes there's like a purple, blue, yellow aura, and it's like all three of them, and then a little bit of red. It's really hard to describe. I'm not good at describing things. The Wellbutrin that I was taking might have been adding to my symptoms. You know, I like Wellbutrin, but in that program I was in, or in the hospital and that program I was in, they cut it down to 75 milligrams. I was taking 300, and I thought nothing was wrong, but now that they've taken my Wellbutrin down to 75 milligrams, I feel a lot better. Like, my hallucinations are actually getting better, and I'm not seeing lots of patterns. I'm still seeing auras, but I'm not seeing patterns, and the aliens aren't that bad. They usually only come out when I start talking to them, like right now. Trying to make a video. Please, just like one more minute and I'll be done, please. Okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so the aliens are still there, but they're not horrible. It's not like how the aliens were when I like started this channel. That was horrible. There were like 7 of them. The voices are there, the auras are there, and the radio is still in my head. As for my mood, I'm actually in a pretty decent mood. I've been dealing with a lot of anxiety lately. I honestly think lowering my Wellbutrin actually helped with my anxiety. I'm still gonna keep taking it, I'm just not gonna take as much. They also switched my antipsychotic. I'm on Risperdal again. I was taking olanzapine. Some people commented that I look like I was drugged or something. And I'm sorry, I can't tell. I'm just always me. I can't tell when I'm moving slowly or talking slowly. But let me know if I sound like I'm being drugged right now. Like, I just feel the same. But if I don't, it's because they switched my medication and made my Wellbutrin less strong. I don't want to bore you anymore. That's enough for a video. I will see you guys. Well, you guys will see me next time.